Hi, Shirley here, and I'm here with another video concerning the Self-Pleasure May series. So many of you liked my orgasms video and orgasms and manifestations, and I wanted to elaborate on that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about sexual indulging versus sexual smudging. And what does that mean, and how that relates to healing your sexual energy and manifesting big using your sexuality alone. Sexual indulging versus sexual smudging. What does that mean? Well, basically, I would very grossly split the energetic experience of sexuality into indulging experiences versus smudging experiences. So indulging experiences are actually very simple. It's when you're really having a great pleasure, feel amazing energy, and you can use this for a manifestation of what you do want. Smudging is a term I took from clearing the energy of our space. Basically, you do that with sage or sweetgrass, and you basically burn leaves and walk around the house and place the intent to burn the energy. Now, how does that relate to sex? Well, smudging sexual experiences are when you have emotions or memories or fantasies that can even be intruding, that come up during self-pleasure or sex. Then you let off steam and you release this energy from your body. This is why I call it smudging, because you basically clear the energy of your body from negative energy. And the experience of smudging sexual experiences is depleting, whereas indulging is energizing. When you have indulging experiences, you feel more energized after the day. Maybe if you're a male, you have slept a bit and then you feel more calm, but you do feel energized. You don't feel depleted. Even if you fall asleep afterwards, you don't feel depleted. When you have smudging energies, you do feel depleted. You may feel sad. You may feel even anger. A lot of emotions start to come up in you to be released. And this experience is actually important because it takes every junk energy we had and clears it up. It is not the content of the sexual fantasy that matters so much as the energy around it. You can have all kinds of kink and have all kinds of energy around them. So indulging experiences are the experiences we use to manifest with. If you have great energy during self-pleasure or during sex, you use that energy to manifest, or you wake up with this energy later and you take inspired action, or you do your manifestation, do your present time grid. And if you have smudging experiences, it is necessary that you immerse yourself in the experience and actually let the junk emotions and energy out of your body, like you do with smudging. But then do your aftercare. That is, bring energy in. And this is why I use the term smudging, because when you use, for example, sage for burning it around the house, you burn the vampiric or negative or stagnant energy, but you have to put in some clarity, some positive energy. When you release a pattern, you don't release it, you rewrite it. And that's exactly what you do with the sexual experience too. If you have a depleting experience, it's okay, it's important to release this energy. What you do later is you self-care. How do you do that? If your diet allows, you can eat fresh fruits or vegetables, things that revitalize you and bring you life. You can also use crystals. I use crystals like this Madagascar horse quartz. I also like to use the kunzite. Basically, these are cooling crystals and they purify the energy. They work immediately and they purify the energy. They bring you in energies of love. The calcite series, with whichever calcite you have, either a green one like this one, or honey calcite or red calcite, orange calcite. Orange is especially good for pleasure, for the skull chakra, are going to be good. It's important to get yourself moving, to do some walking or dancing, even if it seems difficult, to get yourself out of this depletion. It's really, really important to maintain and heal your sexual energies. Otherwise, if you've just released stuff from your body, you're going to bring in whichever energy comes your way. But if you don't decide to fill that gap in with higher energy, then you've done nothing, basically. So smudging experiences are like transmuting energy. You release the old and you bring in the new. And then when you've shifted your energy, you've shifted your timeline, you can again use this energy to manifest, to do your visualization, to do your inspired action. This topic is so important, because a lot of people talk about using sexual energy to manifest, and this is very true. Sexual energy is life energy. That's the vitality, that's the energy you want to have when you take inspired action. You really need the sexual energy to manifest, or your life energy. If you're asexual, you may feel it as just energy and life energy and vitality. So this is not only for people who experience sexuality in the usual way. If you're asexual, you're just going to experience it as vitality. If you're sexual, then you may experience sexual arousal. Then that is what you use. But the people who talk about it don't always get to the specifics of the difference of what energy you want to use for manifestation, what sexual energy you don't want to use for manifestation. So you don't manifest with every sexual energy you have. You manifest with the energy of indulging experiences. And this is not about the content of the experiences. You can do really kinky stuff, maybe even violent stuff, as long as they're within your boundaries and have great energy within them, and then use the feeling you have afterwards if you've done the self-care to manifest. That's not the issue. The issue is, how do you feel? Do you feel vitality? Do you feel energized? Do you feel inspired during and after sex? If you don't use the energy. Shift the energy first and then use it to manifest. Not all sexual experiences are indulging. And it's okay if you have, just like every pattern you change, stuff come up. So don't just use sexuality to manifest. Use the particular sexual energy that is healed, that comes after indulging sex, and then your manifestation will match the frequency of the indulging sex rather than the smudging. So I hope this tip was helpful for you. And if you want to know more about sex and manifestation, check out my video on orgasms and manifestations, where I explain how yin-yang alignment is involved in reaching an orgasm. Why is orgasm a good practice when you do it right to practice manifestation? And let me know in the comments below, what is your greatest take from this video? Would you like to know more about this topic? If you have particular questions, if you're trying to implement it and and it doesn't quite work, you can ask me for tips, for advice, how to do it right. If you want more daily inspirational tips, make sure you check my Instagram account, follow me on Instagram. If you want more of these elaborated tips, then subscribe to this channel, click the bell to get the notifications. And for deeper discussion, you're welcome to my Facebook group. It's called Manifestation Tips That Actually Work, where you can ask questions. Maybe sometimes you want to ask questions you don't feel so comfortable with asking here. Respectful private messages on Instagram are well accepted, so feel free to DM me on Instagram if you have a question you are feeling awkward about, especially in this topic. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.